Hello everybody, welcome to another night covering some Canadian collegiate esports. I was unfortunately not able to make the live games that happened earlier in the day to provide some coverage, but Western University was kind enough to provide me with some replay codes from their semi-finals, so that means that we are going to get to take a look at Western University versus Concordia University. So this was played earlier today. I believe it was around 2 Eastern. And we're going to get to just look over the codes. I have not looked at them yet. I do not know the score of them because they just sent me over the codes and the maps that they were played on. So I'm super excited to get into this being the semifinals. The winner of this match has, I guess, moved on to that grand finals and will be playing that on Monday. So let's take a look at these two teams that we have here today. Western University up first, and this is a Blue Ice and Brandon Asor gonna be on those DPS. On the Wrecking Ball, potentially, the tank, and then support here is going to be Jester and Dr. Tony. For the other side of things, Concordia University, we have Mugo's Quack, Jaw on the DPS, Amigo on that tank role, and then that AFK Noob and Jim Bionicle's going to be the support line. So, of course, since I have the replay codes, I do already know what maps that we are going to, at the very least. I'm going to try to just introduce them one by one as we get to it, but I figured we might as well put the map types in there so we have that little idea of where we'll be going. But, of course, map number 1, we will be starting out on Control. And it is Busan that we will be heading to. Now, I will give a little heads up that I don't know what the hero bans are. So we can just kind of speculate on that. I'm not going to be posting any of the hero bans on the screen or anything, just because I genuinely just do not know. But we do have the codes all loaded up and ready to go. So I think that we might as well just hop into it and get things started here. All right. Let's do this. Busan. It is going to be Sanctuary, the starting map here. Western University going to be on the blue side here, and Concordia over on the red. So far, potentially a Winston coming out from Dew. Mugo's Quack is over on the sim right now. I'm expecting that's just the TP out of the spawn. Tricky to play the Symmetra on Sanctuary on a wide open map like this. Doors have opened. Looking like dive compositions from both sides. We do have Amigo over on the Diva versus this Winston. Blue Ice on the Ashe as well versus Mugo's Quack over on this Soldier. AFK Noob gonna start things off with the first blood here. It's gonna be Concordia picking up the kill onto Dr. Tony. Haven't gained a whole lot of space for it though, as Western still hanging out in the shadows. 2 HP Dew. Yeah, not gonna get out alive for that. Objective has unlocked here. Doesn't look like either team putting too much thought towards it. There we go. We are gonna get Concordia over onto the point. First percentage starting here for Concordia on Sanctuary Busan. Not a whole lot of ultimates to speak of. You force the Suzu out from Dr. Tony, but Amigo really being pressured out here. We can see Dew pushing forward on this Winston. We got Brandon on the Genji as well, looking to try and clean up these kills. Oh, and Amigo is gonna get demeched there. Jaw, though, really coming alive, picking up 3 in that fight. The dash resets for the Genji, really shining, and that is gonna be the team kill coming through for Concordia. Holding on to this point. Building up some more percentage here. Blue Ice building up to this Bob. It's a nice thing about playing the Ashe on these wide open maps is that as long as you got the sight line, you should be able to just kind of nail down the shots, hit some big dynamites. Brandon Asor, ooh, taking Amigo, who is actually still out of that mech there. Little scuffle happening over on the side here. Jim Bionicles will fall, and I mean, Western have just found their way back into this fight very, very cleanly. Unfortunately for Amigo, wasn't in that mech to take a full fight. Concordia, though, coming back into this. Both support ults are ready to go. Oh, the headshot from Brandon Thor onto Mugo's Quack. And we can see that Western looking to push forward on that. Maybe looking for another stagger kill. It would be really nice for them. Try and catch up to this percentage that Concordia have already started building, you know. Blade ready to go from Brandon Asor. It's a big ult fight coming up next here. Blue Ice starting out with the Bob in. The Blade is out as well. Trying to chase down Mugo's Quack, but those legs just a little bit too quick. Will manage to catch that AFK noob. And there is the kill Brandon Asor was looking for. Another D-Mech as well as Amigo. Going to be going into the spawn. Yeah, the quick swap over. And back to D.Va just to get that mech back. Both DPS ults committed there from Western. The tank swap does mean that Amigo restarting on that ult charge essentially. AFK noob actually did commit the Kitsune Rush through that. I missed that. Tidal Blast ready to go here. Dr. Tony starting things out. Jester gonna layer on that beat as well. Does connect onto all 5 members from the side of Western. And Do finding both supports from the side of Concordia. Not done yet. Gonna pick up Mugo's Quack as well. Playing patient here. Doesn't want to have this primal forced out too early. And now the percentage looking very good here for Western. Looking at one more fight on the board for Concordia to try and turn this around. Catch up in this ult charge. It's the Primal Rage from Western that's going to try to hold off this Concordia team. I mean, you just get aggressive with it. I don't know that anybody is going to be able to touch. We do have the Blade and Tidal Blast going on. You have to use the Blade just to get a touch on the point, though. You do trigger the overtime. Yeah, and you've created space for Mugo's Quack here, but not with the Primal Rage right in your face. The flip does end up coming over for Concordia, but how long are they going to be able to hold it? As of right now, it's just Amigo and Jaw trying to stay alive. You do get Do very, very low. The Winston is going to end up following AFK Noob over on the Lucio off of that Kiriko now. All right. Concordia in control here. Blade coming online for Brandon, though. Looking at this bomb from Amigo, it's going to have to find something. You really don't want to have to just use it for the remake. You'd love to get an elimination from this. Jaw falling very low on the side. Has to dash out. There's the Blade coming in from Brandon. Looking for AFK Noob. Finds the Lucio. Looking for a little bit more. Yeah, not going to go after the Wu Yang. Just a little bit too quick there. Bomb from Amigo on the point. Does not manage to get back in the mech, though. That is going to be Blue Ice shutting down the Pilot D.Va. And 99 to 99. But nobody from the side of Concordia going to be able to touch. That is first point of Busan. Going over to Western. Ooh, I like this dive v dive comp that we're having here. The soldier on the side of Concordia may be a little bit uncomfortable here, especially with Brandon on this Genji. You were able to kind of stay alive for a good amount of that for Concordia, the soldier, but I feel like a lot of that time was just kind of spent running away, which can just be really hard to get that consistent damage in from the soldier that you really want. A swap up here as we go over onto Mecha Base. Mugo's Quack going to move over onto this Venture. Ooh, Jaw over onto the Reaper as well, so some TP out. Are we going to go back over to the Venture? Yeah, this is Damage City here for Concordia. I mean, they're looking to basically just obliterate Do on this Winston. And in a very interesting turn here, Blue Ice has actually moved over onto the Soldier as well. Has a very hard angle here, but everybody from the side of Concordia is playing on the inside, not towards the point. So you're not really going to have too much to work with here on this Soldier until you can kind of force a fight over on the open. TP in from Jaw. Immediately is forced out. The objective has opened here. Oh yeah, Western saw that there was no Wraith form on that Reaper, immediately looking to shut that down. Up in numbers here is Western. Everybody on the side of Concordia falling very low. Somehow though, Concordia managed to get out a couple of kills here. Dr. Tony and Do now gone from the fight. A bit of a Lucio fight here as the point is going to flip over on to Western's favor for now. Still, Concordia is in this mix here. Jaw taking out Blue Ice. Have the presence on the point as well. They will manage to get the flip. Only 10% on the board here for Western. Jim Bionicles is going to have this Kitsune Rush ready to go very soon. Looking to get a little bit more damage in. Decide if you want to go aggressive with this or if you want to try and force Western to kind of walk in and then react with the Kitsune Rush. Oh, not going to have a lot of options here. So yeah, not quite going to get that TP out. The Kitsune Rush is now gone here for Concordia for this fight. You're going to have to use something else to try and stay in this. Perhaps the beat from that AFK noob. Blue Ice running for his life. Not going to stay alive. There's the beat from AFK. It does not connect onto Amigo, though. The Diva not going to benefit from that sound barrier. Just going over to Mugo's Quack and that AFK noob. The Primal Rage from Do just tearing apart Concordia. Flip still has not come through for Western. Are going to get some bodies on the point now. Nice little deflect kill there for Brandon Asor. And here we go. 44% is what Concordia are going to have to work with for now. Kitsune Rush ready to go for both teams here. Anticipating that we're going to see the dueling Kitsune Rushes. Jester does have the beat advantage here. You have the option to kind of go aggressive here unless you want to try and hold it for this tectonic shock that's coming in from Mugo's Quack. Be very dangerous. Dueling Kitsune Rushes on the point. Brandon pulling out the blade, looking for something, but you're going to be able to get the Lucio. You do get the Lucio. Trades coming through. It's an even fight right now. Pressure on the point from Jaw. And Brandon not looking to take that fight against the Reaper, trying to just clean up the fight on this high ground. Mugo's Quack, Tectonic Shock is out. The bomb, not gonna find anything. Gaining space for Mugo's Quack. All the while, Concordia has been in control of this point. Now, pushing up, gonna hold this choke point. This is a great spot to be with this Venture and the Reaper. It's just gonna be nearly impossible for Western University to push through this high ground. You're gonna have to look for a different opening, send somebody else on a flank, but no, we're gonna walk through the high ground here. You have the beat to work with. Very big from Jester. Doesn't connect on to Blue Ice, but all four of the other members. Unfortunately, target focus not quite there for Western, and they aren't able to kind of secure any kills off the back of that aggressive beat. Blue Ice does manage to win the duel against Mugo's Quack. Now set himself up on the point. All right, Diva is out of the mech. We're going for the visor. The Reaper right up in your face, though. And you are going to be able to at least find one kill. The beat forced out of AFK noob. Jaw. Two with that Blossom, and now the flip does go over for Western. 96% on the board, though, for Concordia. AFK noob with a double kill in the feed. It's just Do alive on the point right now. We do have the Soldier 76 coming back into things. Dr. Tony fleeing for his life on this Kiriko. Reaper very, very low, and Do actually will be able to finish that off. Overtime now triggered as Concordia has picked up control of this point once again. Really wants to find the Kiriko, but the TP out. Jim Bionicles, a sliver of HP, somehow alive through that. Now the point does flip back over to Western. So back and forth here. It really kind of comes down to these ult fights. Brandon does have this blade almost ready to go. We're looking at basically the bomb here from Amigo. Jim Bionicles is going to get the Kitsune Rush before Dr. Tony, most likely. But right now, we're really looking at kind of this blade versus bomb as we're getting up to that 80% last fight territory. It's the dive in. Blue Ice shutting down Jaws as the TP comes through. Brandon pulls out the blade, looking for something. Finds Jim Bionicles doing some damage as well to Mugo's Quack on this Venture, but not going to be enough to take them down. Bomb out here from Amigo, trying to stay alive, not going to be able to live through to get the remake. 95%. Is anybody going to be able to touch from Concordia? Yeah, AFK noob going to touch, triggers the overtime. Very, very low, though, is going to end up getting taken down by Blue Ice. Kitsune Rush from Dr. Tony on the point, just to clean things up here for Western. We did have to swap over onto Doomfist for Amigo, but Blue Ice just tearing it up on the Soldier, courtesy of that Kitsune Rush, and that is it. We have map number 1 going the way of Western University. Let's update this in our score here. Nice little 2-0 there to start things off. Not too bad at all for Western. Here we go. All right, map number 2. So this was the map pick of Concordia. And following that control map, Concordia opted to take us over to a hybrid map, and that is going to be, drum roll, map locked in, it's Midtown. So this is interesting. I haven't really seen, well, I feel like Midtown kind of fell out of favor for a lot of teams, especially if Kings Row ever manages to find its way back into the map pool. But I am definitely excited to take a look at Midtown. I think that this is a very poke-favored kind of map, favors poke compositions. And both of these teams kind of, despite running dive on all of Busan, they still had the Soldier 76. They still had an Ash for a little bit. So I think that Midtown could be a really fun place for these teams. And, well, we don't have anything to wait for. Mystery hero bans have happened as well. So we will take a look at Midtown here. I am going to have to swap the sides. Because we now will have Concordia over on the defense. Alright, we have Jim Bionicles over on the Wuyong here. Mugo's Quack over onto the Sojourn. Still gonna have Jaw on that Genji. AFK Noob on the BAP. Running out with this Ram composition for the defense here. Okay, Western still sticking with essentially a dive composition. You do have Blue Ice over on this Sojourn. Otherwise, it's a four-person dive here. Very aggressive with Dr. Tony over on this Moira. Rotation out through the alleyway here. Everybody coming from the same area. You need to move quickly if you're Western. There's the dive in. Not quickly enough, though. Jester is going to get taken down. Dr. Tony falls as well. Both your supports are gone. You managed to get a kill onto Mugo's Quack, but dude does not have the HP to sustain in that fight. Team kill coming through for Concordia here. And I think that it's really just hard for Western to kind of path through that alleyway on this dive composition. It's very telegraphed where you're coming from. And yeah, like I said, you gotta move quickly if you're going to play the dive. We are going to see a little bit of a swap here. Do over on to the Junker Queen. Still looking to play quickly here. It's going to be the shout in. That's what you're looking for. Finds this kill on Jim Bionicles. Headshot here from Mugo's Quack trying to even things out. Blue Ice taking down AFK Noob, though. That Baptiste now gone from the side of Concordia. I mean, yeah, Amigo's just not going to be able to stay alive through that. The deflect not really going to help Jaw all that much in the end, and I guess that's all that Western needed. Make the swap over on to the Junker Queen here. One tick picked up. Looking at a second now. Don't anticipate that we're going to see the recontest here from the side of Concordia. Okay, no, we are not. Everybody is just going to get set up on this defense here now. You want to be able to get yourself onto the high ground. Don't want to give it up for free. Looking to maybe hold at this first corner. Deflect forced out. Great deflect there, Jaw. Ooh, unfortunately, that's Brandon falling at the hands of Blue Ice. And now it's going to be a little bit of cleanup here. Concordia trying to maybe find a stagger kill. Looks like Western does manage to get out alive, though. Everybody just kind of backing up. That door is going to close. Just some extra safety precautions there. Window ready to go here from AFK Noob, but it's going to be the Coalescence from Dr. Tony starting things out. Trying to put pressure onto Amigo, and gets pressure back. Amigo taking out that coalescing Moira. Jester gone as well. Concordia have just shut down this attempt at a push here from Western. Western only committed that Coalescence. We're gonna at least have some other ults here, but I mean, Concordia has a whole slate of ults. Pretty all 5 online here. Gotta wonder, what are we gonna use first? Amigo holding up very aggressive here. Probably gonna use the Annihilation. Jester wants to build up to this beat quickly. The Lucio would love to be able to support a little bit in this. Tidal Blast, over onto Jaw, pulls out the blade, and they're getting very aggressive. You find 3 Ks. Oh, nice little quad kill here for Jaw. As another team kill coming through for Concordia. Excellent combination of that Tidal Blast plus blade. Now, though, all right, 2 ults down here. Concordia still holding on to those 3, but all the while, Western building up some of their own. There's the window here from AFK Noob, forcing Dude to just kind of kite out. Ooh, a nice little disruption field from Blue Ice up onto that high ground. Actually forces AFK Noob to kind of back away from that window. Slide up onto the high ground. Blue Ice has this overclock ready to go. Has the space now to make it work, as well as it is going to be Western managing to take control of this high ground. Amigo, the Annihilation is ready to go. Only 1 player from Western on the point, though. Still trying to fight for this high ground. Mugo's Quack pulling out the overclock. Whoa, the Rampage from Do actually connects onto 4 there. Manages to find 2 kills as now Brandon brings out the blade. Looking around, but Everybody from the side of Concordia fairly split. There we go. Get the dash resets. A team kill coming through here for Western. Moving this payload forward. Good amount of time. Not a whole lot of space to push this in. There is the opportunity for Concordia to come in for the recontest. Annihilation, ready to go. No, they don't get the touch. Oh, unfortunately, a millisecond too late. Jester uses the beat to try and sustain through what I think he was anticipating was going to be an annihilation. But doesn't end up even needing it. Deflect kill over onto Jester as payload moving forward here for Western. Dr. Tony doing what everyone wants the support to do. Pushing the payload. Coalescence is ready to go. Overclock as well from Blue Ice. So ults to work with here. Amigo still holding on to this annihilation. Looking for the opportunity. You probably want to see something get forced out. All right, there we go. Walking in with it. Slides are available for Blue Ice. I mean, the Sojourn gets out with almost 0 HP, and that's it. Unfortunately for Amigo, everybody on the side of Western has these mobility cooldowns. So if you're able to just run away from that annihilation, you get shut down real quick. Okay, Mugo's Quack with the Colat there, taking out 2. Trying to get a little angle here. Maybe able to pick up DuPont. Knife does connect. Not going to be enough to find the Elim, though. Still do is very, very low. This Junker Queen is not safe. Dr. Tony has to commit the Coalescence to try and live. Alright, Rampage does connect on to 2 there. Immediately takes out Mugo's Quack. And just like that, Western back into this. A team kill for them. 4 people on this payload trying to get as much progress towards the doors as they can. 3 people still enough to get the maximum. Mugo's Quack does have this overclock ready to go. But it's going to be Blue Ice pulling it out first. Tidal Blast goes over onto Jaw. Connects onto Jester. And Blue Ice trades out Jaw, paying for his sins. Just Dr. Tony on the point here. The Moira very, very low. Nano goes over onto Mugo's Quack. Here's the overclock. Walking forward. Finds one. Finds a second one. Slide in. Trying to find any other targets from Western. But everybody has backed away from that. No one wants to look into the face of a nanoed overclock. Minute and a half on the board here for Western to try and push this payload to the end of Midtown. Jaw has the blade. Brandon Nassor has the blade. That's it. We got blades on both sides. Jim Bionicle's finding outdo there. No tank on the side of Western. You cannot push forward. Yeah, everybody is just going to back up, wait it out. You have the time. Just got to play it safe here. 60 seconds on the clock. Jester's going to be able to build up to this beat. Amigo's going to be able to build up to this annihilation. Really want to have that beat for when that annihilation hits. If Amigo wants, he can just hold on to that all the way until overtime. All right, aggressive push in. It's going to be Brandon pulling out the blade first. Finds 1 kill. Slicing at Amigo, not going to be able to find that kill. Meanwhile, Jaw has taken out Dr. Tony. Jester's gone as well. There's no supports here for the side of Western, but you do have Blue Ice on the Sojourn. Finding the kills that they so need to stay in this fight. Railguns charge, big chunk of damage. Not going to find that kill on Mugo's Quack, though. Now Amigo does have this annihilation ready to go. Very nicely timed beat as soon as that annihilation comes out. Doesn't save Dr. Tony, but it connects on to all 4 other members. But now in this overtime, everybody's going to fight on the card. Nobody can run away from this annihilation from Amigo. Overtime getting very low now, and Mugo's Quack just shooting fish in a barrel as overtime fades away. And 2 ticks, or 2 points here on the board for Western. A very clean wind condition here for the side of Concordia. How will they try and make it happen? Junker Queen composition can be really, really strong if you can find an opportunity to collapse onto squishy targets, right? The Junker Queen not necessarily going to have such a great time against a Ramatra. There's a lot of armor there. There's a lot of shield. And there's a lot of cooldown cycling that you can do with that Nemesis form. You just aren't gonna win out those tank duels. Looks like we are going to be sticking with this on the defense. Dr. Tony potentially on the Mercy? Are we walking out of spawn with this? We sure are. Mercy on a backline here. Hit him with the anti-nade and then take him down with the damage boost. It's a lot of pressure on your DPS for sure to kind of follow up on this utility, but I did say kind of before we came into Midtown that this is a very kind of historically poke favored map, especially this first point. So if you got DPS that are hitting shots like Blue Ice, yeah, and with the damage boost, see what they can get done. No changes for the side of Concordia on their attack, still on this Ramatra composition. Amigo already taking a whole lot of damage there. Courtesy of Blue Eyes and Dr. Tony, I expect. Nice deflect there from the side of Jaw. Western have just kind of bunkered themselves up here in this this high ground area, and that is a massive anti-nade from that AFK noob. Western, though, actually kind of surviving through it pretty well. Trades going through from each side, though. Knife not quite going to connect. Mugos Quack is going to be able to get the better of that duel. AFK noob pushing over onto the point. Jester on this Ana. Anti-nade and a punch. Nope. Tactical crushing here. Alright, one tick on the board here. Looking like Western wants to come in for the recontest. Ooh, you get the kill on Mugos Quack, but you're not going to be able to get that res, I don't think. I mean, Dr. Tony is low-key thinking about it. No, not with these numbers now. Gotta back up, take the high ground. Jester getting slowed here is not great. But there's no speed on the side of Concordia, so you're going to be able to just get away from that. I suspect that there might have been a Lucio ban on this map. It's my vibe. Again, I don't know what the hero bans were. You don't have this. I lack the critical information, but I feel like we would have wanted a Lucio here. Nano is ready to go. Over onto Jaw. Doesn't quite have the blade ready, but doing a whole lot of damage. The Mercy. Valk has been popped here from Dr. Tony. That's going to keep him alive. I thought about pulling out the pistol there. Manages to refrain. Jester's going to take that LM instead. Payload has been pushing forward for Concordia here. And okay, there's the pistol. Not going to be able to find that kill onto the Wuyang, though. It's still, this fight's been going on for a little bit. I haven't found the kills. There we go. That's going to work out well for Western. Finds this kill onto Amigo. No tank for Concordia. No more pushing forward. Everyone's just going to retreat here, and you just pop the Valk in that fight if you're Western. You're going to be able to have this Rampage and the Blade. Nano Blade even. Jester has that Nano ready to go. Not a whole lot for the side of Concordia to really respond to a Nano Blade. AFK noob hits a Sleep Dart or an Annihilation. Kiri banned this map. Okay, makes sense. That's why we're running Ana. Thank you, Devious. Blade out onto Brandon-asaur. Nano to go along with it. Heck, throw in the damage boost from the Mercy too while you're at it. That'll get the job done as Brandon-asaur going to clean up that fight. Blue Ice getting in the kill feed as well. I mean, it's a clean team fight win. Nano Blade, damage boost. That's all you need. Now you still have this Rampage to work with. Gonna be a little bit tricky, I think, on this point to kind of find the value with the Rampage just due to, like, the architecture of it. There's a lot of high ground that's being forced. If Concordia opts to kind of rotate up into the corner and try and get onto this high ground, then you could probably hit him with a pretty good Rampage. Look at how split Concordia is right now. They're thinking about taking the high ground. Amigo wants to. Walking up there. Doesn't quite have the support ready to go just yet, though. Which Sojourn will pop the overclock first. Blue Ice does have the high ground ready to go, but here's the Blade out from Jaw. Nice! Slow field. Oh, wow. Slowing everybody down on the side of Western. And then they just walk into a tiny little room for you, and that's going to be slicing and dicing. Jaw going to even go back and help push the payload. Wow. Beautiful stuff here for Concordia. Still have the Annihilation, still have the Overclock ready to go. AFK Noob looking to build up this Nano as quickly as possible. Overclock out. It's Overclock v Overclock. Rampage has been committed as well. Connects onto 2, including that AFK Noob. Sleep Dart connects onto 2. Here's the Nano now. Annihilation as well. Concordia are throwing everything they have at this fight. They need to come out on top, but it's red in the kill feed. The res actually comes out onto 2 as well. I don't know how Dr. Tony managed to get that one through all of the chaos. Anti-nade onto Brandon the Sword, but the Genji manages to stay alive through all of that, and this is a very, very big fight win here for Western. Get a couple of stagger kills as well. Now you get yourself set up back onto that high ground. Now, Concordia did still hold on to this Tidal Blast from Jim Bionicles, and you're going to move over onto Amigo over onto this Hazard too. Looking for some faster fights here. The Ram going to play a little bit slower, a little bit longer of a fight, but when you move over onto this Hazard, you're looking to shut down targets pretty quickly. I think that we might see the Tidal Blast go over onto Amigo as well. Yeah, there it is. The dive in. Wow, Sleep Dart connects, but does get him woken up pretty quickly. Does manage to find that kill onto Blue Ice. You gotta, yeah, you want to push forward now with your Concordia. You don't want Dr. Tony to be able to get another res. There's going to be some space gained here. Concordia pushing this payload forward still. Nano Blade ready to go. Blade out. Nano out. Finds the Ana. Finds the Wuyong. Absolute brilliant target selection there. Is no support. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, get the res in as well onto Jester. Team kill coming through here for Western. 30 seconds on the point. Concordia need to not only get this point cap, but you need to push almost all the way through third as well. No ults from either team just yet, but towards the end of this fight, we are going to see the Rampage come online from Dew. Seconds. Jim Bionicles has moved over onto the Moira as well. Not going to be conducive for these longer fights, but it is going to be able to kind of keep you alive a little bit longer, Amigo. Falling very low. The first ult on the board is from Blue Ice. The Overclock coming out. Connects onto Jaws. Beautiful anti-nade from Jester. Oh, you find 3 members from Concordia, and that is it. Shuts down Midtown as we are going to see Western picking up map number 2. Setting themselves at a match point in this first 3. All right, well, we know what map we are going to next. Let's queue it up. Like I mentioned, since we had Concordia losing that map, that does mean that Concordia gets to pick where we are going for the next one. And they are opting to take us to the beautiful streets of, drumroll, Toronto. Going to New Queen Street for our push map, our 3rd map. Oh, let's get a couple points on the board here for the Midtown. Oh, no, it's all wrong now because I've swapped sides. Well, fear not. It was not Concordia that won first. My overlay is just not going to be able to be changed. All right, New Queen Street. We don't have to wait for anything. We can just head right on in. Am I going to have to change sides again? No, I'm not. All right. We have Concordia over on the blue side. Western on the red as we head into New Queen Street. Amigo hovering this Hazard that we saw at the end of Midtown there. Anticipating, I suppose, that the Junker Queen composition is going to come out. I feel like you maybe could have still stuck with the Ram, but I think that if you're going to be running with the Genji and the Soldier, I think the Hazard's a fine choice. For Western, I mean, if there were hero bans, it has not impacted them too much, as we are going to have the Kiriko back on the field for both teams here. Oh, nope, not going to get booped off the edge. Nice attempt from that AFK noob, but it is going to be the Junker Queen staying on the field here. Full supports for Western solo. Yeah, they are going to end up falling, but hey, backline for the side of Concordia also traded out here. Nobody even touching the bot right now. This is all about just winning this first fight. And it is gonna go Western University's way. Starting to move this payload forward. No ults on the board yet, of course. Not too long of a first fight there. No changes either. Crucially, we are still going to be having both these teams on these compositions. Ooh, nice little triple hit there onto Jim Bionicles. You can see the Jaw trying to get an angle here against Western. But Brandon marking quite well. Muko's Quack. Yep, just going to get chased out of the gym a little bit. Still going to be totally fine as it's a scuffle on the bot. Both these teams showing each other a lot of respect. Ooh, John, very split here. Getting chased down. Nice little moves, though. Gonna be able to get into the gym to safety. Not for long. Amigo. Gonna find the first blood here. Still very, very low targets on the side of Concordia, but they managed to stay alive through all of that. One last target to clean up from the side of Western, and here we go. It is going to be the turn of Concordia to start walking this bot forward. Get a little bit of progress going. I think Western will have the opportunity to come back in for a recontest, though.
Keep pushing for the lead.
You got the Blade to make that happen. Nearly at that Kitsune Rush as well. Jim Bionicles does have it ready to go, as we can see. I expect, again, dueling Kitsune Rushes. All right, there's a Kitsune Rush paired with this Blade. You lose Dr. Tony, but Rush is still active. And the Blade's still cutting. Blue Ice out of the fight as well. Nice knife there from Dew. Pulling Amugo's Quack back in. And Western back in control of this. Going to extend their lead just that much further. It was a pretty good fight for Concordia, just where you didn't use the Kitsune Rush in response to that Blade Kitsune Rush combo. So now you have everything to work with. You just gotta make sure you don't use it all at once. Kitsune Rush out. It's the engagement in from Amigo. Nothing to combo with just yet. They're trying to win a fight out with just this one ultimate. Nice pinch happening right now. He's gonna end up forcing out the beat from Jester. Connects onto all 5 members of Western. The downpour. Oh, it just locks everybody in place. Mugo's Quack barely even needs the tack visor, but it will get the team kill here. Concordia now pushing this bot even further forward, looking like they are going to be able to, at the very least, take the lead. Potentially a recontest coming in from Western. You have the Rampage. You have the Overclock as well. Rampage in. So they stopped just before taking the lead. The Blade is out from Jaw, though, and that does a whole lot of damage to the squishies from the side of Western. Dew falls as well, and yeah, there we go. It's going to be Concordia finding the lead here. Picking up the checkpoint as well, moving over on to those forward spawns. Ooh, Amigo finding a violent leap onto Brandanosaur. More time off the clock here. As Western kind of forced to play a little bit slower now, which really hard to do with this Junker Queen comp. You really want to have Brandon back in this. You can't lose anybody. No, the stagger kill's coming in. Concordia buying themselves more progress here. Ooh, okay. Nice little explosion on the Jim Bionicles. Blue Ice does have the overclock. Yeah, we see the deflect has been forced out from Jaws. Angle has been acquired here. Yep, the dash in. The overclock is out. King AFK noob headshot onto them. Oh, not quite a headshot. Oh, Jaws, no, the deflect kill onto Blue Ice, but the rest of Western is going to be able to find the limbs needed to stabilize here and start moving this bot back towards their own barricade.
My ultimate is ready.
Forward spawn still active for Concordia, though. And everybody respawned for it. Means you are going to have an early fight here. Western, a lot of pressure on them to win this fight. You need to win a couple in a row. You need to start pushing forward. Downpour. Oh, it connects on to Blue Ice and Jester. I think it actually caught Brandon as well. Very quick triple kill coming out off the back of that one ult from Concordia. Back in control. Going to be able to get this forward spawn. Dr. Tony lurking. Kitsune Rush and Blade ready to go here from the side of Western. big combo. We've seen them get value from it already. Actually in control of the bot here. I think we're Western. We're down one. Mugo's Quack was kind of on a bit of a flank there. All right. Well, Kitsune's out from both sides. Oh, the Blade is going to win out over that visor. Not finding anything else, though. The spike guard from Amigo picking up 2 through that. Manages to just barely get the mega health back as well. And now DuPont trapped in here with Amigo. Who's going to come out on top? Oh, yes, it is going to be Western. Jester coming to the aid of their tank. Need to rotate back, get control of this bot now. Tank not on the field for the side of Concordia. That's a big opening to get back in control. But okay, Amigo has gotten back into this very quickly because Concordia has forward spawns. Rampage from DuPont. Both supports get caught in that. The Suzu or the TP is there for Jim Bionicles. But, yeah, you're not going to be able to live through that. Jaws pulling out the Blade in response. Trying to turn the fight here despite having no supports on the side of Concordia. Does find Jester, who had that beat for the side of Western, but Western is still alive and kicking in this. Dr. Tony cleaning up Jaw. Progress being made now for Western. Will be able to get this checkpoint. And get their forward spawns going. Jester still has the beat. AFK Noob does have a beat to match. We see a downpour available for Amigo once again. We saw a big value from it last time. Another good spot to try and use it. Overclock going to be the first ult of the fight here. Oh, and it immediately gets shut down. The beat's out for both teams. Downpour does connect onto 2 members. The Gyroscope's gone. The Junker Queen is gone. And Concordia. Oh, the spike wall. Gonna lock everybody in that small room with Mugo's Quack. Back in control of this bot. The forward spawns. Oh, the forward spawns are not going to apply to Brandon and Jester. I mean, right now, Western have to back up. You need to give space here. You're down 2, and... No, I'd be very, very scared of Concordia. Who have now just picked up their own forward spawn. Okay, Concordia didn't get too aggressive. Everybody from the side of Western is going to be back into this fight now. Dr. Tony trying to build up this rush. Oh, you're not going to be able to save Jester, but you do trade out for AFK Noob. No Lucio's on the field now, and you can see that aura healing really, really missing on the side of Concordia. Not going to be able to stay alive through that. Brandon finding Mugo's Quack, and we just see Jim Bionicles running onto the bot just to die in place. Now, will Concordia get forward spawns? Jaw will not. You do have this Kitsune Rush ready to go. Dr. Tony has one as well. Mugo's Quack is going to have to take a pretty aggressive angle here with this visor. Yeah, we can see him going all the way around. Maybe a little bit too far. Brandon, going to put some pressure on you. And now, I mean, the bot is so far away that that visor, if it happens, is not going to be very impactful on the fight. Kitsune Rush down main is going to be responded to by Concordia. No kills coming through just yet. It is going to be the Junker Queen coming through with the first blood. Rampage connects on to 3 as well. We see Mugo's Quack just absolutely running for the hills. Does manage to get up onto the high ground. Has the attack visor. Looking for something. Finding nothing but a deflecting Genji. Not the target that he wants. And yeah, you don't really find the value from the visor. Everybody from the side of Western either splits or has the deflect ready to go. And now Western trying to take the lead here. It is going to get contested at the last second. Jaw has this blade ready to go. Slices through Dr. Tony. 10 seconds on the board now. Essentially, the winner of this fight is going to be the winner of this map. Blue Ice pulls out the overclock, but isn't able to get anything except for AFK Noob. Mugo's Quack uncontested on the Soldier just by a sliver. Oh my goodness. Concordia putting themselves on this series, picking up their first point here in a crazy close push map. Oh my gosh. Well played to them. Okay, let me swap this. Fix all my map pools here so we actually know who won. Alright. Map number 4. in this best of 4. It is the Flashpoint map of Saravasa. Let's take a look at the corrected map set here. Saravasa going to be the map pick of Western. And we are ready to head into things here.
Ready for battle.
All right. Saravasa Flashpoint map. Couldn't tell you what was banned out. Looks like Concordia are going to run the exact same composition that they've been running.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I suspect it might have been a Sojourn ban. We are going to have Blue Ice over on the Genji. Brandanosaur over onto the Venture. Fun to see a little bit of Venture make an appearance here and there. Knife connects onto Amigo. Dr. Tony is on the Moira as well. Not a whole lot of resources. So an aggressive push in. Jim Bionicle's TP's out. Western have got themselves set up on the point, and you forced out all the cooldowns from Amigo. It is going to be the tank from Concordia falling first, but the DPS for Concordia is still alive and well. Now no DPS over the side of Western. This is an opportunity for Concordia to come back into this, but you need to find something. Losing AFK Noob is not going to make that an easy task. Do is kind of out on his lonesome here. All right, there we go. The Lucio going to join in. Jester, not going to be long for this world, though, and all the while, I mean, Western is in control of this point here, but the numbers should be favoring Concordia as we see Muko's Crack again picking up another kill. Blue Ice just has not been able to kind of find his way back in here. 15% now as Concordia have gained control of this point. Very scrappy fights here. Alright. Pushing back onto this point. Everybody from Concordia playing very, very split here. Making it hard for Western to really kind of find a target to collapse onto. Everybody's just a little bit too far away. Here goes Quack, finding Blue Ice. Trades are coming out from both sides. The Lucios are gone. Point flip nearly goes over to Western. Not quite picked it up yet, though. Gonna have to regroup. Wait for Dr. Tony to come back in. Try and build up to this rampage. Downpour attack visor combo. Potentially incoming here from Concordia. Oh, Amigo's falling very, very low, though. Gotta commit the ult. You do connect the downpour onto the Queen. Attack visor out as well. Overtime has been triggered. Western need to try and stay on this point or forfeit it altogether. Will be the dash in from Blue Ice. Very low already, though, and gonna commit the Coalescence here from Dr. Tony, trying to keep everybody alive. The Ajax from Jester, not gonna get the beat out. Beat from AFK Noob does connect onto 3 members from the side of Concordia. That's enough to keep them in the fight. Market going to be picked up by Concordia. Heading over to Garden for our next point. Looks like... Ooh, actually, Western pathing very nicely here. Are going to be able to get themselves set up on the point first. You have this Tectonic Shock from Brandanosaur as well to work with. The Blade, Kitsune Rush from Jaw, and Bionicle could be big. Kitsune rushes out. Here's the Blade, looking for something. Finds a Blue Ice. The Moira, the TP comes out, the Fade comes out, but you can't stay alive through it. Brandanosaur not going to be able to turn this fight for his team. And the objective unlocks. It's going to be Concordia picking up a team kill, picking up first point cap here on Gardens. Blue Ice has this Blade ready to go. Seen some pretty aggressive pushes in from Western. I think that an aggressive push with this Blade could be really nice. Kind of the shout in, take a little bit of a fight, try to force out some cooldowns, and then go in with the Blade. Because otherwise, if you just go straight in with the Blade, I mean, everybody's going to run away from you. Like, everybody has cooldowns. Alright. Blade is in. Okay, Kiri TP comes out. Oh, but she managed to find Jim Bionicles through it. Blue Eyes cannot be fooled. Mugos Quack does take out Brandon, but it is looking really good here for Western. Win this fight. Cap this point. 2 on the board there for Jester. Team kill comes through for Western now. 63% for Concordia to start. Downpour, attack, visor, nearly ready to go for Concordia again. It's been a favored combo for this team so far. Oh, 5 HP, Dr. Tony stays alive. Downpour out, attack, visor out, and 2 is gone. Both supports are gone. It's just a really deadly combo, honestly. Amigo's doing a really good job of kind of locking at least one person in place with every downpour that he uses. And I mean, that's not an easy feat considering there's a Moira, there's a Lucio, a Genji, a Venture. To be fair, it was due the Jugger Queen, the one with the least mobility that did get locked in place. But then it's the follow-up that's coming through here from Concordia. Coalescence in, trying to find Jaw, gets Jaw very low, still chasing. Not going to be able to find the limb, though. Does create a whole lot of space for Western to work with, though. And gonna get the point flip off of that as well. You don't find any kills, but hey, you get the point. You take it. Kitsune Rush for Jim Bionicles is ready to go. Beat from that AFK noob as well. Kitsune Rush across the point. It's an aggressive dive in. Ooh, nice headshots being hit. Massive beat here for Jester. AFK noob is going to go ahead and match that. Beats are keeping everybody alive, but it is going to be Concordia finding another downpour. Oh my goodness. Dude does manage to take out both supports there, but over time ticking down as Concordia do flip that back over. Garden picked up. Map point here for Concordia. And Palace, the next point not far away at all. Concordia get to set themselves up first. You have the Blade to work with. Both GPS ultimates gonna be online soon here for the side of Western, though. Alright, Jaw going first. Blade out. I think Dr. Tony might have been collateral there, aiming for Jester. The Moira kind of fades into it. 3 kills here for the side of Concordia. Flashpoint does open. Team kill comes in. Concordia pick up the first cap once again here over on Palace. Not allowing Western to get set up at all, just aggressively going in, getting the Blade, the first opening that Jaw saw. Alright, Brandanosaur has this Tectonic Shock. Everybody's from Western kind of pathing the same way. Oh, Mugos Quack, why are you there? We do not know, but seems to stay alive through it. Jim Bionicles finding the headshot onto the Blade. Does immediately get punished, though. The trade's going back and forth. Mugos Quack has the attack visor. Trying to chunk down the Queen. Will manage to do it. Team kill. Concordia still in control here. It felt like Western just kind of fell apart once they got into that fight. Everybody kind of pathing from that small little doorway, and I mean, Amigo was just having a field day with it. The Hazard would love for you to walk through a tiny corridor. Tectonic Shock still ready to go here from Brandon. Dr. Tony has the Coalescence as well. Ah, no! Dr. Tony used the Coalescence and unfortunately does fall. Amigo taken out here. That's a good opportunity here. Western need to push into this point. Overtime now. If you don't cap this point up, it is going to be Concordia taking the win here on Surabasa. Nice kill onto AFK Noob. Dude trying to find something. The deflect. Oh, it's just right in your face. And the Kitsune Rush ready to go as well. I mean, Jim Bionicles is not even moving. Jim Bionicles is just a sentry turret right now. Not quite hitting anything, but a sentry turret nonetheless. And that is going to be Surabasa going to Concordia, tying us up, sending us to a map number 5. Oh, and crucially, like, Surabasa, I mean, that was Western's map pick. So not having that, we would have really loved to win that if you were Western. Would love to finish it out here now, but no, we are going to map number 5. We already know where we're heading. I might as well share it with you. It is going to be Route 66. An interesting map choice. there was the selection of Western. It's kind of nice. Coming into the 5th map.
Ready for
You get to have your map pick. Not bad at all. All right, let's get into it. Let's see. Reminder, winner of this match will go on to the grand finals to face off against New Brunswick University. Sorry, University of New Brunswick. Sorry, UNB. So a lot on the line here. Really want to punch that ticket to the grand finals, which will be happening on Monday. Okay, we are in Route 66. Concordia going to be on the defense first.
5, 4,
Still on the hazard. I think they've really kind of found their stride with this composition.
attackers incoming.
Lucio Kiriko for the side of Concordia. Dr. Tony back over on the Mercy here. Blue Ice on the Freya as well, so we haven't seen the Freya yet this series. Love Freya on this map. So much high ground. So much damage potential. Oh my goodness. You already take Gym Bionicles out of this fight. Ooh, okay. That's the scary thing about having the Mercy is that you're not necessarily going to get the fastest heals. But Do manages to stay alive through all of that. Jaw very split right now. Went in to get the Mega Health back. Might regret that. Yeah, he's going to fall. Amigo also diving in. Hazard will be able to get back out though. Staying alive through this. Concordia's regrouping. Trying to get ready for another touch here. Gonna happen down on this low ground. Blue Ice, totally fine to have everybody walk through this little corridor. Damage boost from the Mercy. Already at 85% of that ult charge. Amigo in no man's land. Gets kind of split out there, pinched by the side of Western, and that's first point. Capture on Route 66. More than 5 minutes in the time bank. Jaw has swapped over onto this Reaper. Not happy about Do on this Winston. The Reaper, though, crucially gonna have a really hard time against this Freya, who has a Mercy Pocket. Scary. Ooh, Mugo's Quack, though. Finding the headshot needed to take down that Freya. I don't believe the res is available. No. Dr. Tony did use that already, so this is some stabilization happening here for Concordia. Valkyrie ready to go. The Bola is ready to go as well. Potentially see that go over onto Amigo just to kind of chunk down some damage on the tank. You might be able to go for Mugo's Quack if you see this slide come out. There's the dive onto the high ground. Ooh, the right click's really connecting here for Do. Has the Primal Rage as well. Yeah, has that perk, gonna get the extra damage from the jumps as well. Gym Bionicle's gone. Mugo's Quack is falling as well. Jaw cannot TP out of this. The Primal Rage, absolutely incredible from Do. Pushing forward. Not done yet. Would love to be able to take out the hazard. Not something you usually see the monkey go for. Yeah, not gonna push into the small room. It's the right choice. Give some space there. And now, Blade ready to go. Kitsune Rush ready to go from both sides. Blue Ice finding that kill on to AFK Noob. We got overclock in, but Mugo's Quack just gets pushed into the small room. Blue Ice on this Freya, just pot shots onto anybody that dares to walk out of the doorway. That's it. Second point. Captured up here. Western are on a tear through Route 66. Still basically 4 minutes. Or 5 minutes on the time bank. Concordia have ults to work with here. AFK Noob falling early again to Blue Ice. This Freya just has the Lucio's number. Mugo's Quack has moved off of the Sojourn. Over on the Tracer now. A little bit of trouble potentially for Dr. Tony on this Mercy. Another Bola ready to go here. The Reaper is lurking. Dueling Kitsune rushes here. It is going to be the beat from AFK Noob. Only connects onto themselves and Gym Bionicles though. Down 4. Finds the Genji. Getting pocketed by the Mercy though and manages to live through it. Yeah, they're going to pop the Valk. Oh, the Bola is going to be cut short. Dr. Tony thinking about the res. Jaw definitely does not want that to happen. We see it go in. Yeah, the Blossom. The Blossom comes out onto the resing Mercy. The deflect from Brandon not going to last long enough. All right, another stabilization here for the side of Concordia. Mugo's Quack going to be building up to this pulse bomb. AFK Noob is off of the Lucio now. Over on that Ana. Primal Rage also coming online here. A little bit harder to find the value with the Winston in this kind of point of Route 66, but definitely not impossible. We're gonna get some of these right clicks trying to build up to this Primal Rage. Ugh, you don't want that bubble forced out early here. Again, just trying to build the Primal Rage. Mugo's Quack trying to build the Pulse Bomb here. Which team's gonna be able to get this ult out first? Pulse Bomb ready. It's too late though, the engagements come through. DuPont is on your supports. Kiriko's traded out for both sides. There's the Primal Rage. Oh my gosh. Just absolutely crazy on this Winston. The Wraith form over onto the point, and it finds that too. Cleaning up Concordia. Western moving forward at a blistering pace here. No ults for Concordia to work with either. Amigo just has to dive onto the point and you just immediately kind of get melted down. Yeah, it's just the one-on-one staggers onto the point now for the side of Concordia. Bola connects onto Jaw on this Reaper. Suzu gets out. Here's the Kitsune Rush from Jim Bionicles. This is going to be able to help Concordia get back into this fight. A lot of pressure, so much damage onto the Winston. Do stays alive through all of that. Downpour is in. Amigo really finding the kills here for the side of Concordia. Val fought through that as well, so Western's not going to have that to work with, but there's still so much time for Western here that you're going to be able to build up an entire ult cycle before you run out of time in your time bank. Probably not too worried. Nano is ready to go here from AFK. Potentially over onto Jaw or Amigo. Yeah, it is going to be over onto Jaw. Has the Blossom. Going to throw that right in your Kitsune Rush. Not going to be able to use that one. There we go. Another fight win here for Concordia. Kitsune Rush committed there from the side of Western. But have the blade to work with. And now Concordia don't really have much at all. You're like, not even going to get any else by the end of this fight. The Pulse Bomb. That's pretty much what you're working with. 60 seconds here. Moo. Over on this Tracer, definitely a lot of pressure to try and force out this Mercy. Oh, beautiful blink into the punch. Gotta be a little more careful with Jester on this Kiriko, though. Manages to get out. Alive. Has the primal opportunity to play quite aggressive here. Last time it nearly got Western the point cap. 30 seconds on the clock. Blade out now from Brandon. Finds the Ana, finds the Kiriko. Gonna do a good chunk of damage onto the Hazard as well. Won't necessarily be able to find that kill. There we go. Will clean it up. Primal Rage has been used. Punch out onto that Reaper as well. Overtime now triggering, which means that Western will have to stay on this payload. You want to push it all the way into the spawn. Ooh, okay, an aggressive dive over onto the Tracer. Overtime spawns also mean, of course, that if you die, it's going to take you way longer to get back into this fight. Oh, and unfortunately, a big old bola in the face of Amigo. Nice connect from that take aim as well. The res comes out. Dr. Tony keeping Jester in this fight. The Kiriko putting out the damage, putting out the healing. Nearly has this Kitsune Rush. Won't even be needed. We do see Amigo make a swap over onto this Doomfist. That's it! As Western do manage to finish out Route 66 in overtime. But nonetheless, especially on Escort, overtime not necessarily as impactful as it would be on a hybrid map. Okay. Concordia. need to finish out Route 66. They need to take us in to the overtime fights. Still sick on the hazard composition? Maybe. Think that on first point it could be pretty good. Yeah. Maybe. I like Mugo's Quack starting out on the Tracer as well, anticipating... Oh, sorry, they're on the attack. I'm looking at Western. I do think that, yeah, starting out on the Tracer is a good pick, anticipating that this Mercy is going to be in play. Not that I necessarily think that Dr. Tony was having, like, the worst trouble with the Tracer, but it can at least put some pressure on the Mercy. Nice thing about the... I can't believe it. The nice thing about Mercy is that you can heal people as you're running away. Doesn't make your meta, but it's definitely nice to have that utility.
3, 2,
Doors opening.
attackers in
Same compositions out for both teams, except AFK Anubis on Moira on the attack. That's our difference here. Looking to stay alive a little longer. I have to suspect it's for the survivability. Not necessarily going to be for keeping everybody alive and healthy. Everyone's going to be playing a little bit split. Engagement onto the high ground. Do going to have a little bit of trouble. This is Hazard kind of right up in the face, but everybody from Western still up here, comfortable, holding their ground. Payload is pushing forward for Concordia. At some point, Western will have to come in for the recontest. Ooh. Jaw and Blue Eyes taking each other out simultaneously. Dr. Tony's looking for the res here. Not gonna. Ooh, is gonna be able to get it. Just in time. And the numbers looking very good here for Western to hold on this first corner. Maybe get a late kill on AFK. No, the Moira. The survivability really coming in play here. Amigo getting very aggressive. Everybody else from Concordia kind of backing up right now, though. Is going to be able to live through that. Doesn't get punished. Alright, Blue Ice building up to this Bola. Valkyrie already ready to go here for Dr. Tony. Do managing to stay alive. Jumping into the air. Living. Pulse Bomb sticks! Oh, and I think it actually hit on the Do, so it didn't quite connect. Or it didn't find the elimination. The Valk did get forced out. Throwing out Kitsune Rush and Bola as well. Does manage to find a kill on to Bionicles. Jester getting rest back up as well as Brandon has this blade. Takes out AFK Noob. Does a good bit of damage onto Amigo. A little deflect over onto the Reaper. And Blue Ice will clean it up. And that is first point being held pretty darn strong here for Western. The tempo just a little bit off here for Concordia. We're seeing kind of Amigo go in with the violent leap, but Mugo's Quack isn't in position to follow up, and Jaw isn't in a position to kind of teleport in. Amigo diving onto this high ground. Downpour. Straight onto the Mercy. Does actually connect on to Do as well, so you find that kill onto the Winston. Good little bit of damage there. Brandon's still alive. And gonna pay for that, but Jim Bionicles will be able to get back into this fight fairly quickly. Oh, Do is coming for this recontest. Oh, the Winston is in. Jester here as well. Mercy here too, so you're gonna be able to pocket Do all through this. Oh, Jester got a little bit too close to the payload though. The stick does connect onto Do, and there's the follow-up as well. Concordia looking to cap this first point after a pretty tough go at the first one, but there we go. Captured. A little over 3 minutes now to work with. Move this payload forward. We do have Jester and Do kind of holding a forward position here. The rest of Western still needing to kind of respawn, get back into things. Blade and Rush for Concordia. Good positioning up on this high ground for Western. You have the Valk to work with. So far, we've mostly seen the Valk used kind of like reactively, just trying to live. Everybody's playing fairly split on the side of Western, so it's hard to get the full value of Valk, and just staying alive is a huge value. The Winston taking out the Reaper, definitely do not see that every day. Trying to find the Moira as well. Downpour finds the Freya, finds the Mercy. Ooh, does get chased down though. Brandon shutting down that hazard before any more damage can be done. Very low though. Little deflect out. Trying to live. Will, and again, it's getting set back up on this high ground. This is really great staging from Western. Oh no, not the TP in. Yeah, Jaw TP's in and forces out the Kitsune Rush. Okay. I mean, Concordia could essentially just kind of back up from this. We see Moo trying to put a little bit of pressure onto the point. Otherwise, not too much. 4 ultimates here for Concordia. And 4 ultimates from Western as well. The ult economies have been fantastic so far. AFK going to start. There is the Coalescence. We see the Valk in response to that Coalescence. And the Bola just absolutely shutting that Moira down. Doesn't want anything to do with it. Moo going to get a little bonk in the head from Do. There we go. Holding on second point here. Primal Rage still ready to go here. Brandon with the blade as well. Kitsune Rush and Blossom. It's going to be harder to get value with this combo on Route 66 than we did on, say, Suravasa. It's just so wide open. There's so much high ground to work with. Kitsune Rush off the high ground. Brandon gonna use this blade. Knows exactly where you want to play if you just use a Kitsune Rush. Ooh, there's the Blossom on the point. Doesn't actually find any final blows. Both DPS gone from the side of Western. Do gonna take things into his own hands. Has this Primal Rage looking to be the tank and the DPS. Finds AFK. Dr. Tony's out of the fight though and looking a little dire to try and recontest this. Amigo. The downpour actually does not connect. Doesn't hit onto anybody. Payload though! Nobody from the side of Western is going to be able to get a contest. I think that spike wall actually kind of locking everybody inside there is going to be a nice scrappy little fight on the point, trying to just burn down some of this time. Well, it's not going anywhere. You don't want to kind of get staggered out. Alright. Bola from Blue Ice. And the Coalescence for AFK is going to come online, but not for a little bit. Big opportunity here for Western. This Bola, the only ultimate on the field. 60 seconds. Trying to force out a cooldown. There's the Bola. Ooh, connects on it too. Greatly timed Suzu, though. Jim Bionicles going to negate all of that damage. Counter dive, trying to force the hazard out. We do have the Valkyrie in effect here. Going to be much more impactful on this third point where everybody's going to be playing much closer. Coalescence. Trying to force Western back. Does manage to create a little bit of space, but as soon as that Moira Coalescence is down, you just collapse onto the Moira. The Kitsune Rush from Jester. Forcing Concordia all the way back. Nice little late kill onto Amigo. 20 seconds on the clock. Looking to get even more stagger kills. Will find it. Jim Bionicles is down. Ooh, 15 seconds here. No, Moo falling means you're not going to be able to have your Tracer get the touch. I mean, do you even get a touch? You have the Primal from Do. No, you don't get the touch. No. Oh, unfortunate for Concordia, but so well played by Western. They are going to go ahead and pick up not only Route 66, but the series, which does mean that we will be seeing Western University in those grand finals on Monday up against University of New Brunswick. Super excited for that one, and also because I'm gonna get to be covering that. I believe So I'm going to confirm all of those times and everything a little bit later. But thanks so much to everybody that tuned in. If you watched it live with me now, or maybe you're going to come back and watch the VOD later. Regardless, thank you. And also big shout out to the Wolf Among Us, aka Jester. From the Western University, who was the one that sent me along these replay codes. So thank you so much for that. Had a lot of fun watching the game. What a close series. And I cannot wait to see University of New Brunswick versus Western University in those finals for Division 2. It's going to be a really good match. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you again on Monday.